In spite of their conflicts and rivalries, humans, demons, and gods coexist in the magical realm of Mistartia. Mistartia was plunged into destruction and chaos 2,000 years ago by a legendary dragon by the name of Bahamut. Humans, demons, and gods overcome their differences to seal off Bahamut in order to avoid harm. Then, the key to that seal was divided in half, with the gods receiving one half and the demons receiving the other. Favaro is a bandit leader's son. He grew up to be excellent friends with Caesar, a royal knight's son, but when Favaro's father Barossa stole the king's tribute, their friendship turned into one of vengeance. At the time, Caesar's father was in charge of securing the riches. For his incompetence, he was hanged, and his family lost their noble position. Favaro lost both his father and his companion Caesar, who blamed him for the demise of his family and pledged to kill him in the name of retribution, when Barossa and all the bandits participating in the robbery were slaughtered by a demon. Now an adult, Favaro is a playful and carefree bounty hunter working for the deity Bacchus. Favaro has a drink at the bar after collecting a reward. To impress the girls, he blatantly lies and boasts about seeing the demon realm of Helheim. Amira approaches Favaro and asks him if he can help her travel to Helheim as he quickly departs the bar to get away from a furious Caesar who has managed to find him. Favaro is on the verge of leaving when he notices her attractiveness and decides instead to assist her in exchange for a kiss. However, the man Favaro pursued interrupts them by calling out a powerful demon to murder him in retaliation for the death of his brother. Amira, believing his tale and unwilling to lose the only person who could lead her to Helheim, changes into a potent half-winged demon and, much to everyone's amazement, easily vanquishes the enormous creature. Favaro seizes the chance to capture the demon in the bounty seal, but it fails. Despite dodging its falling body, Favaro is unconscious. He has a dream of fires and destruction while he is unconscious, with the dragon Bahamut watching over him and breathing fire. When he awakens, he finds that he has a black, demon-like tail. Favaro panics and tries furiously to get rid of it, but the tail is unharmed despite his best attempts. When he fell asleep, Amira cast a contract magic as payment for the kiss, she says as she enters the chamber. He devises a plan to make Amira intoxicated in order to lower her defenses because he believes that the only way to break the spell is to murder her. His strategy succeeds, and she gets drunk. Amira says that she wants to go to Helheim to find her long-lost mother as Favaro prepares to stab her with his sword during their talk. Her account temporarily disarms Favaro, giving Caesar the opportunity to approach him after finding them. However, they manage to get away. Amira travels with Favaro to Nebelville so they can go bounty hunting and make money for their voyage. The target is Rita, a necromancer who used the Black Bible book to bring back to life the town's deceased citizens 200 years ago when monsters overran it and slaughtered everyone save her. She maintained the town under her control and forced everyone, including her parents, to act normally in order to cope with their deaths. Any tourist who breathed in the town's surrounding fog will experience an illusion. When Favaro and Amira arrive in the town, Caesar encounters them and, as a result of the fog's illusion spell, believes they are monsters. He is overcome by the two of them, who also make him breathe in a herb antidote. Caesar notices the actual zombie forms of the villagers as the cure begins to work. As Rita attempts to stop Caesar from killing her own parents suddenly attack her and bite her. She drops the Black Bible as she falls, allowing Favaro the opportunity to shoot it. Before Rita turns into a zombie, the two leave Caesar, who had become fond of her, to deal with her body. Favaro is taken aback to learn that Amon, the ship's captain, is a friend of his father. Amon informs Favaro that a summoned monster destroyed his father's company. A gigantic crab emerges from the ocean and scuttles their ship as he and Amira are settling in. Amira soon becomes her demon form and vanquishes it, but before doing so she tells Amon and his men who she really is. Amon explains that he had planned the killings of Favaro and Caesar's dads in order to become a demon himself. They are both captured since they are wanted. A second ship immediately rams into theirs. Rita, who had remained by his side previously, boarded the ship with Caesar, who is still on a mission to capture Favaro. They battle against Rita's undead and Amon's demon fishmen. Favaro and Amira had a chance to escape aboard the other ship because of the pandemonium. As Amon closes in on them, Favaro draws his own blade to meet him, wanting to exact retribution on the person responsible for his father's death. They clash swords but Favaro is eventually caught off guard by Amon's arm cannon that shoots a destructive beam. In time, Favaro avoids the beam. Favaro fires his crossbow at the ship's helm, turning the ship sharply and outbalancing Amon. When the demon crab emerges from the waves and consumes the traitor captain, he dies. Caesar confronts Favaro once again for a duel. But they are interrupted when the demon Azazel descends from the sky in his floating fortress in the form of a colossal tentacled beast named Gregor. He had been tracking Amira and had come to collect her. Kaisar tries to save Amira from Gregor's electric shock attack, but his attempt ends in both him and Amira being incapacitated. The beast carries them both on board, leaving Favaro and Rita in shock. Favaro and Rita ask for Bacchus's help to chase after Gregor. The god demands proof of Favaro's conviction. Favaro then quits being a bounty hunter by returning the wristband. Favaro and Rita manage to get to the living fortress but get blown away by an internal force, separating them. Favaro ends up in the torture chamber where Amira is being held and sees her in a weak and wounded state. He tries to rescue her, but Kaisar, manipulated by Azazel's words, arrives to take revenge on Favaro. But Favaro is saved by Rita, who arrives just in time and launches her zombie fist right into Kaisar's face. She reminds him that his revenge can wait until they get off the demon fortress and save Amira. Suddenly, the fortress is attacked by holy knights wanting to arrest Amira. A demon from Azazel's group descends into the chamber to prevent them from taking Amira. Favaro and Kaisar manage to get a truce and agree to work together to defeat Azazel. The four of them make it to the deck but are confronted by Azazel, where Favaro realizes that Azazel is the demon responsible for the deaths of his and Kaisar's fathers. Azazel recaptures them all, but as he approaches Amira, she unlocks a power that manifests into a shadowy demonic form and blasts him overboard into the abyss. The group escapes on a zombie dragon controlled by Rita. Their victory is short-lived as the knights catch up to them and take them back to their city. The king decides their fate. However, 3 angels descend from the sky and order the king to protect the group because Amira holds the god key. That night, Rita approaches Kaisar and Favaro, telling them that Amira disappeared. They look for her and Favaro chances upon a large statue of Bahamut, the creature that plagued his dreams. The holy knight Captain Jean appears and tells him about Bahamut, and the prophecy of the hero destined to stop him. Favaro finds Amira, and she tells him she has met her father. The man who led her out of her room and showed her a pendant that matched hers was Lavely, a holy knight and Jean's lieutenant. He told Amira that her mother gave the pendant to him for safekeeping. She runs off to the kitchen in search of food, and suddenly, Azazel appears, ready to take the god key vessel with him. Favaro takes a closer look at him and realizes that he really was the demon responsible for his father's death. Azazel addresses Kaisar and reveals that he was the reason for his family's disgrace and his beloved father's death. But Favaro interrupts him and tells Kaisar and Rita to take Amira to Helheim. Favaro's fight with Azazel is one-sided and leaves him beaten and bruised. He prepares himself for death, but Kaisar arrives just in time to save him with a sword. Azazel laughs at the sight of them and mocks Favaro's selfless act of taking the blame as the villain in Kaisar's life. Just so he could give his friend a reason to live, a revelation that Kaisar is overwhelmed by. In response, Favaro expresses his desire for freedom and that he won't be enslaved to vengeance. Together, Favaro and Kaisar fight against Azazel. Kaisar rushes forward and strikes with his sword multiple times, but Azazel easily defends himself. Favaro then uses a smoke screen to divert Azazel's attention toward himself. He puts up a good fight using his demon tail, and while he keeps Azazel busy, Kaisar jumps from behind and stabs the demon in the chest. Unharmed by human weapons, Azazel blasts them through the wall and prepares to kill them. Kaisar notices Jean preparing an attack and charges at Azazel. With this chance, Jean uses her holy spear power to strike the demon and defeat him. The next day at night, Favaro and Rita take Amira to Lavely's room and hear the truth for themselves. The trio learns that Amira was the daughter of the angel Nicole. He is a knight that was tasked to protect her and Amira after they were banished from heaven. But the demon Beelzebub attacked and kidnapped Amira. Nicole set off to the realm of the demons, to retrieve Amira, and left her pendant to Lavely. However, the demons turned Amira into a demon and used her to steal the god key. They also manipulated her into wanting to go to Helheim, where the demon key is kept, to release Bahamut. Lavely takes both pendants to create a compass that reveals Nicole's location. Amira is overjoyed to finally have some answers and to know that her mother is within reach. Taking the compass, she and Favaro escape the palace, but are quickly overrun by a group of knights led by Kaisar, who engages Favaro. Amira transforms into her demon form and deals with the rest of the knights when the god key in her starts to act up. The trio is suddenly transported to an alternate dimension, where Favaro meets an ancient forest dragon who claims to have been pierced by Bahamut's poisonous claw just before he was sealed away. He reveals that Amira's existence ensures the world's destruction and advises her to stay in that realm to prevent that catastrophe. Hearing this, Amira breaks down in grief when she realizes that she won't be able to meet her mother, because she can destroy the world. Favaro is impassioned by Amira's cries and claims that they can change fate together. He uses Bahamut's claw to tear the 2 dimensions, allowing them to return to their world. However, the dragon burdens him with a warning, Amira's nature as half angel and half demon will fuse the keys together, making it impossible to reseal Bahamut. If he wants to change fate, he must take Bahamut's claw and kill Amira before she merges with the demon key. Favaro and his group reach Brudisia, where a demon named Martinet welcomes them. Amira recognizes him as her teacher who told her that she'll find her mother in Helheim. He reveals that they were deceived from the beginning. He introduces his master and the one behind the plan to release Bahamut. A demon lord named Beelzebub appears and traps Favaro and Caesar in barrier seals. He tells Amira to embrace her fate and become the vessel for the god and demon keys. Amira refuses, stating that she and her friends have come to change fate. She intends to find her mother and leave in peace. Martinet presents Nicole, frozen in crystal. Nicole is released from her prison, but instead of being happy to see her daughter, she cries out in agony. Beelzebub kidnapped and tortured Nicole to extract her essence and mixed it with his to create Amira. All her memories were fake and planted by Martinet to make her release Bahamut. Weak and vulnerable from the revelation, Amira approaches the broken angel to embrace her. Taking Favaro's casual statement to heart that all mothers recognize their children with a single hug. Her embrace elicits another tortured cry from Nicole, but over time, the angel's heart softens and breathes Amira's name. This gives Amira hope, but is quickly dashed when her mother fades into nothing in her arms. Favaro and Kaiser watch in horror as Amira is consumed by overwhelming grief. Her despair summons the demon key to merge with her, giving her the power to unleash Bahamut. Favaro asks to join the demons in their mission. Martinet grants him his wish and offers a potion to turn him into a demon. Favaro quickly draws his crossbow, but Martinet sees right through his plan and counters his attack, forcing the potion down his throat and turning him into a demon. With his demonic transformation, Favaro loses his humanity. When Beelzebub's floating fortress brings the transcendent key close to Bahamut, chaos ensues as all races ready their forces to stop Bahamut. Caesar infiltrates the fortress to save Amira, but demon Favaro stands in his way. Once again, the two friends engage in combat. Realizing that there was no trace of the Favaro he knew in the demon he was fighting, Caesar used Favaro's own crossbow to shoot an arrow right into his chest. Amira is summoned to Bahamut by the beast's power. Caesar reaches out to stop her, but Lavallée appears and pushes him off the floating fortress. To everyone's horror, Amira fuses with Bahamut and unleashes the monster of catastrophe into the world. Beelzebub declares himself as Lord of the Demons and demands that all bow before the demons as supreme rulers of the world. His declaration launches an all-out war between all four races. But Bahamut offers no discrimination between friend and foe. His first attack mortally wounds Beelzebub, who dies bitterly. Caesar is saved by Rita and he demands an explanation from Lavallée, who looks upon the destruction with delight. His real identity is Gilles de Rice, an evil sorcerer. He was able to manipulate every race by shifting freely between Lavallée and Martinet. He knew that Beelzebub wouldn't be able to control the apocalyptic monster. Gilles wanted nothing more than to see the world burn. Enraged, Caesar lunges at Gilles, but the sorcerer is unharmed even after being pierced by a sword through his chest. He calls upon the demon Favaro to fight Caesar. The two engage in their fiercest fight, with Favaro viciously slashing at Caesar with Bahamut's claw turned into a sword. In the middle of their battle, Favaro whispers a plan to his friend, revealing that the antidote from Rita that Caesar had placed in the arrow he shot him with turned him back into a human. After dealing with each other several blows with their swords, Favaro slashes off Caesar's hand. Caesar collapses in pain and defeat as Favaro picks up his severed hand and presents it to Gilles as a trophy. Gilles looks with satisfaction, but his delight turns quickly into fear. Favaro turned back into a human when Kaiser hit him with an arrow in their previous fight. They were faking this whole fight. Favaro uses Kaiser's hunter wristband to seal Gilles. The team turns their attention to the raging Bahamut, hoping to find a way to save Amira. All races combine their power to help them get to the Bahamut's head. However, an emotional Favaro hesitates to plunge his claw sword into the seal. Memories of his moments with Amira flash through his head, but knowing what Bahamut's presence would cost the world forces him to do the deed. As he grips the buried claw in grief, the shining light from the damaged key casts his shadow in the sky, revealing him to be the hero of the prophecy. Amira emerges from Bahamut's eye and the pair share a tender moment during their reunion. Favaro jokes that he had to come to rescue her, as she still hadn't removed his tail. Amira pouts. He apologizes that they couldn't save her mom. True to his playful nature, he tells her that he'll take her to a much better place and show her more things that'll make her happy. They share a tender kiss knowing it's their first and last. Amira breaks free and fades away into Bahamut, thanking Favaro with a smile in her last moments as he sadly watches her vanish. That was all for the video today. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for more content like this and hit the like button to help us. Out. Also leave a comment if you want us to recap your favorite movie. Until next time, take care.